first of all, students should be made comfortable that degrees does not matter. Does it? See, Einstein, there are different examples in front of us. Abraham
Exactly.
Lincoln. Yeah, the school dropouts. They created, they went for inventions, discoveries. They had set an example before us. I don't mean that don't take any formal education. What?
Good
Hi,
evening.
good
So,
evening.
guys, today again we have very special guest, very special guest, Sandra ma'am. She's from Mumbai, and I don't want even to tell about her degree and about his career, his her experience. Sorry. So, ma'am, I would like to start from you. Please say about yourself, your experience, your degrees, and what you have been doing, what you are doing these days. So, please go on, ma'am.
Hello, everyone. Hope you are immensely great. I'm Sandra Almeida, Assistant Professor at Viva College of Arts, Commerce and Science. I am from a dream city of Mumbai, Maharashtra, India. I'm a lifelong learner, not only a professor. My journey started with education in commerce field, and then I continued with Bachelor of Education in Commerce to get my job as a lecturer in junior college. After that, I pursued my master's in philosophy in commerce and management. I'd also done dual post graduation in accounts as well as in entrepreneurship management, and that is my master's degree in commerce. I had completed my key English test, KET, from Cambridge University and recently pursuing my PhD. Apart from this, I had done my honors degree in network centered computing at NIIT. My dream
Wow.
is to learn and learn and learn and create a value for myself. Since 17 years, I am in teaching profession. And teaching is not just a noble profession, but a passion for me. So I am a passionate teacher and a lifelong learner.
Wow, great man. Even I know my head is kind of is spinning right now. Having
Okay.
so many degrees, I have never heard someone like has so many degrees and like that. So again, ma'am, I'm very excited. I'm very excited today. This I'm gonna enjoy this conversation, this interview, this podcast. So, ma'am, okay, another question, ma'am. So it's my favorite question. I always used to ask this question to everybody. So, ma'am, if I ask you, apart from these degrees and this experience, how would you describe yourself in reality?
Myself,
In
I
your
would say
in
I
your
am happy-go-lucky person. In any situation, I am happy, joyful, enjoying myself, always being positive. I feel when we are positive, it attracts positivity and we come out of our problems very soon. So, whatever may be the situation, I keep myself happy. So, in one word, I could say I am happy go lucky Sandra.
Wow, great. So, ma'am, like you are saying, you are describing yourself like you are a very happy guy. You always try to be happy. You always try your best to be positive. So,
Yes.
you are like this from your childhood, or you had just learned this lesson after having some failure and after having some experience. When you got to know like a happy and positiveness is a best thing like we can have, or it is
Actually,
from your childhood.
yeah. No, it's not from childhood. Actually, I was a happy child. But still, I learned this positivity from my dad. He was a man of principles. He used to tell me, don't get upset. Whatever people say, whatever situations, he used to always say, after every night, there is a day.
Wow.
In such a way, for every problem, there is a way, a solution. So try to find out solution. And if the things are not working, if certain circumstances are not in our hand, we can't do anything. So why to worry and why to create a mess for ourselves? Wait, this time will also go away. And day in and day out, after lots of experiences, even I got to know that yes, the situations do change. It takes some time, but it will change. And that's why from that time, I'm really positive. Whatever may be the situation, whatever, suppose anything, like anything may come to you, any wrong things, we may lose somebody in our life, but life must go on. That lesson I got from my dad. But I mean, I'm so lucky to have such a dad who gave me this lesson when I was in my school age, like childhood itself. That's why even my colleagues ask me that how can you be so positive in this situation? Like certain times, same similar situations, all of
Yeah.
us are faced. But like they are saying, why you are so positively charged? So that's all the gift of my dad.
Wow. Great. Even, ma'am, I'm very inspired and motivated by my grandfather. Very motivated. Yeah. So he's kind of guy like, you know, in every situation, he's like, very calm guy. Doesn't matter what's happening there, what's going on there. He's like a saint and priest. Okay, I'll not get affected by anything. I'm very, very much, inspired by my grandfather. Okay, ma'am, how do you, what changes do you see this Sandra as a professor, as a teacher, as a, public speaker, to that Sandra, who was in college, like in university, in college. So what changes do you see right now?
Changes in a sense,
Changes in the
now when
sense
you
like
after my college, yeah,
changes in
actually
the
after
sense
my
changes in the sense of like that time might be you are not very mature, might be you had something different opinion on many topics, but though all those opinions right now has been changed right now. So how do you see that Sandra and this Sandra?
yes, that time, as you told, I was really not that immature, but the maturity level has improved. I started understanding the situations very well. That time, even I used to read books, but now, after such a long time, I had read many books, and it has brought drastic change, not only in my English fluency, but also in my vocabulary. The way of taking the situations has changed. The way of looking at different things in a different perception.
Yeah.
That time, my perceptions were a little bit narrow. Now it has broadened my way. This is all the credit I give to my years of experience, the studies or the degrees that I have pursued, as well as the readings that I went through, and especially some motivational speakers that have inspired me. So I
Yeah.
went through lots of things, and one thing I would like to mention is my share every. Share every cares for every. There I went 3 months before, and such a great platform where free education for English is given. And there I learned a lot. Every day, even being an assistant professor, I was having lots of tasks, minutes writing, attending college, making notes, PPT, Word document, and lots of things, attendance and all. Apart
Yeah.
from that, house responsibilities are also there. But apart from this, every night, right from 10:30, I used to start my reading, listening, speaking practice. And after reading a lot and
Yeah.
listening to motivational speakers, it
Wow.
has brought me to a different level where people can recognize me, as well as people are giving me offers to become an admin of different group to handle
Wow.
different.
Yeah.
So that's the change that I had seen. The college days, even there, I was famous for shairi, for songs and all. But this type of respect when I'm being a professor, the respect
Yeah.
which I get from the society as well as students, that matters a lot. Lots of
Yeah.
love from students, and I'm not just assistant professor, but a friend, philosopher, and a guide to my students.
Wow. Great, ma'am. Okay, so ma'am, you mentioned about English. You mentioned about Sayari, writing about poem, something like that. So,
Yeah.
ma'am, I want to ask you one question here. Even I didn't ask question about English, but you mentioned there. That's why I'm asking this question. After having so many degrees, you mentioned so many degrees, so many experience of yours, but still you mentioned there, about English. Do you think English is really very important?
Yes, of course. It's important. It's a second language for us, but today without English, we are nowhere. Even schools which were in Marathi, Hindi, or one vernacular mediums, they are changing themselves to English medium because it has become very important to go and search for a job. People now they are asking for English conversations, good conversations. Because if you are working in BPO or any engineering field, and we have to contact persons from other countries, this is a common language which is used. So it has become very much important. And there are platforms like TED Talks, like Toastmasters. They are training people for speaking in English.
Wow.
Good English is required. So I feel yes, for common conversation between different countries, we need to have English as a common language. It is there. So we need to learn English properly. It's very much important.
So, ma'am, you mean like if I want to give a TED Talks and I'm doing something great in my field and I'm not very good in English language, so they will train me. Yeah.
Distinguished Toastmasters, they are training in Toastmasters International and national level also.
Wow.
But when we are talking about TED Talks, you can speak in Hindi. That's not a problem. But in certain fields, you require English. Like if you are a person from call center or BPO or KPO, you need to converse with other country. So there should be a common medium between them. Somebody is from such a country where Dutch is the language,
Yeah.
or they speak Spanish, Espanol. So you don't know Spanish and they don't know Hindi, or maybe whatever language you are speaking,
Yeah.
Marathi, Gujarati. So there's some common language should be there. So English is that common language, and that's why it has become more important today to learn English.
Wow. Okay, ma'am. Another question. It's a supplementary
Yeah.
question. Like when we talk about English language, like you mentioned there, if you go for a job, it's very mandatory to you speak fluent English and all that. But at the same time, you don't think like if you are going, our country is going to be like that. Like in every office, every private office, if everybody is speaking English language, you don't think for our native language like Hindi, other language, it's a very kind of bad things. Like after might be our next generation, like might be after, in my generation, people are going to forget Hindi language. They are not going to use, like it's a very simple and common rules. If you are not going to use something, that things will disappear. If I'm not going to use my hand, so after some time might be my hand will be very weak. So you don't think our Hindi or other native language might be Marathi, Odia, Gujarati? This language is going to, disappear, something like that.
No, not at all. You know,
Why?
depends on the family and the person. Like if we are here, if our base is strong, foundation is strong, we are not at all going to forget Hindi or our national language and not even any other mother tongue. Like I am from Maharashtra, we speak Marathi. I would never forget that when I learn new language. Because at home, with my parents, with my husband, I do speak in my mother tongue. And with my other colleagues, I'm in their contact with Hindi language, Rashtra
Yeah.
Bhasha, that is national language. And I don't think so. By using English, we are affecting our language. It is like learning. See, tomorrow I may learn even Spanish. It does not mean that I will forget English. We go on, human brain has lots of capacity. We are not even using a point of that.
Exactly.
10%, 90%
Exactly.
remain unused. So it is not
Yeah.
that or respecting English language, we will forget to respect our national language. No, that's our sanskaras, that is sacraments that we had got. And it's the brain capacity.
Yeah. Yeah. Ma'am, can you put your camera again a little bit up?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on. Perfect. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. 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 So, ma'am, let's get back to another question. Like you mentioned there, when you were in college, actually, ma'am, you are a professor, and I want to pick each and every question, of students who are university and college. So when I have, even I know many of my professor. I don't wanna mention their name here. Don't wanna mention my university here, but they are like a very stereotype. When they find any guy, oh, that guy has a girlfriend, that girl has a boyfriend, and whenever they get to know about these things, they're like, they start behaving something different. They think like, oh, this guy is kind of doing something wrong, he's not focusing on his study and all that. So what do you think as a professor? Do you think like in your college, in your university, someone has a boyfriend and girlfriend, he's like adult, 19, 20, 21 years old, so still do you feel like they are doing something wrong, or they're not focusing in study, or you have something different mindset for those students?
I don't think so. You know, feelings are attached with human beings. And that is an age where
Yeah,
boys connect with girls, girls connect with boys, and
yeah,
some feelings are there for each other. Certain times
exactly.
it's an attraction, certain times it's a real love.
Love, yeah,
People are not fond of beauty, but of characters also.
exactly.
So I don't think so. It will affect the study. If
No,
they are giving genuine time, they are balancing between their love as well as their studies.
so
So it
as a
depends person to person. Yes.
ma'am, as a professor, how do you see in those guy? Okay, like my okay, let me elaborate what exactly might be I'm not able to express my question. Okay,
Yeah.
uh, in university, I know some professor. Like suppose if I have girlfriend, I'm just wandering here and there with a girl, and whenever they see in campus something like that, so they are like, oh, this guy must be kind of a very bad guy, and they are mess up whole campus. They are creating wrong kind of example for a junior student. They look at very different way. Even one more question I would like to ask you, like in Indian universities, especially in private university, I'm not talking about IITs and IITs. Like if you're gonna have a very big hair and different kind of hairstyle, they look at you like you are a terrorist. I'm not blaming professor, but I know some teachers. Sorry if someone is going to watch this video, if they are professor and teacher, But it's really, really, there are some, I'm not gonna say teacher professor. There are some people, something like university, might be they are in administrative part. So they look at students like they are terrorists. But if you go in foreign universities, any university, Cambridge and all that, they don't care which kind of hair we are weird, and they don't care what are you wearing, even your half t-shirt, something. They don't care. Just what they care about, what are you doing there? What exactly your output, your result? Not about how do you look, what you are wearing. Like if I talk about my university, moustache and beard is not allowed. If you have a very long hair, your professor will tell like, "What is this?" So, ma'am, as a professor, I know you have very great degree. So, how do you see personally? Don't give a diplomatic answer. Just be
Okay.
honest. And
Yeah.
how do you see? What do you feel that time?
Yeah, I will tell from my point of view.
Yeah.
People have different perceptions and different way of looking at the thing. So what I feel is that in schools and colleges, they have certain disciplines. Till 12th standard, certain fixed rules that cut your nails and groom your hair properly.
Exactly. Yeah.
A certain way of tying their hairs, especially girls, with ribbons and all. And
Exactly.
junior college, they get little bit relief. Certain colleges do have their own uniforms, but many colleges do not have their own uniforms from 11th, 12th itself. And then degree college comes, where no uniform, lots of freedom is given. And then boys and girls come out with different hairstyles and all. So what I believe is that certain level of freedom should be given to students
Ma'am, actually,
in
I
their
was
life.
talking of.
They should enjoy. Yeah. But yeah, I know your question. You feel that professors take them as wrong. Yes. Because junior college, there are some rules. Like
Ma'am,
here,
actually, okay, sorry for interruption, ma'am. Actually, my question is about university, college, like BTech and bachelor
okay,
degree, bachelor degree.
bachelor. Okay. So there is a freedom, and it is on teacher's perception actually. What I see is that let them be free bird. Let them be free. If they are good at studies, how does it matter that they are coming out with different hairstyles? How does it matter that they are having girlfriend or a boyfriend? It does not matter. They are performing well. I've seen lots of students who are naughty, mischievous, but still they are performing well because they have lots of energy. And that they, with that energy, they are mischievous, notorious children are there. But it does not mind for me as unless they are giving me answers, unless they are attentive, that does not
Yeah.
bring any difference for me.
Okay.
And I
Ma'am.
have a different rapport actually. Sorry to interrupt. I have a different rapport with my students. So
Okay.
if they are wrong, like wherein society takes them wrong, that means we have some moral values and they are breaking that. That is a different case.
Exactly.
But
Yeah.
different hairstyle, different style of wearing clothes, that does not matter for me.